I posted last night that my mother is a narcissist. I received a comment saying, "Oh, I think you're the narcissist because you don't have any empathy." So I decided I need to give some context. Um, my mother, I've had a lot of abuse in my life, but honestly, my mother has been the most abusive person ever in my life. For one, she created a codependent relationship between the two of us at a very early age because she was a single mother and she relied on me in ways that she shouldn't have. So, on top of that, she allowed me to drink at 16. I wound up being an alcoholic until I was 36 and became pregnant. Did she hold a gun to my head? No, but when you're 16 and your parent says, "I'll get you alcohol if you babysit, you can have friends over as long as they don't come inside." We were the party house. Everyone knew I was unsupervised, so they could come over and be unsupervised too. It also led to sexual promiscuity. And I got like a really bad reputation during high school. Again, did she make me do that? No, but had I not been drinking and getting drunk at that age, it probably wouldn't have happened. And I probably, because I was pretty good in academics, I probably would have went to college and succeeded. Instead, I went to college and was diagnosed with bipolar disorder at 19. That derailed my whole career because then I had to go to work and pay for rent and everything else because I don't know why. Well, once I had my baby, she was supposed to spend the night with me in the hospital, and I told her I didn't want her to because I knew she'd be more stressed than help. So as retaliation, she called my doctor and said, "Oh, I think Tiffany is having a manic episode." Mind you, I just had a baby 2 days ago. I was not manic. I just kicked her out. And because of that, my doctor had to have me evaluated by a caseworker. That meant that instead of leaving at noon, I had to leave at like 8 because they really dragged their feet on releasing me. Because the hospital is shitty. So after that, my husband and I had issues, and he left because he and I were not getting along. And so my family starts having welfare checks on me, and I passed every one. And then I guess that wasn't good enough. So they issued a civil warrant and had me hospitalized. I was out within 24 hours. So that wasn't good enough. They kept having me hospitalized over and over and over by civil warrant. After the first time I was hospitalized, my mother manipulated my husband and told him that her brother had hired a lawyer and that lawyer would help him, and my uncle paid for it. So CPS is the first route that lawyer told him to go to. They called CPS. My mother and my husband called CPS and said I had a substance abuse problem. For that reason, I had a hair follicle test. They took this much hair, this width of hair, in 3 places from my head, and I passed because they lied. So, because CPS had been called, I was not able to be unsupervised with my child during my maternity leave. She had to go to a babysitter while I sat at home so that we could comply with CPS, who ended up not giving a shit about her and really fucking sucks. But, had she been in trouble, they did nothing. Yeah. So instead of me bonding with my infant, my mother bonded with my infant. And that is upsetting. And there's a lot more abuse. But those are just like the main reasons. Also, there's been several times since I had my child that we went to go pick up my child from her house, and she would refuse to answer the door and refuse to give me my child. So, if you want to point fingers, but, you know, I have asked my therapist, am I a narcissist? And my therapist said, the fact that you're self-aware enough to even ask means you're not. She said, narcissism is fluid. Everyone has narcissistic traits. Some are better at not showing them. And some, it's not like you are or you aren't. You're fluid. But some people straight up are, and that would be Tammy Fairbanks Williamson. She is the biggest narcissist besides Trump that I know of. So, I will protect myself and my daughter from her because she is not a safe person, in my opinion. And as I know, narcissists have a habit of turning their grandchildren against their own children. Not on my watch. Not ever. And to the person who claims I am, because I lack empathy, I have good reason to lack empathy. This woman has tried to ruin my life over and over and over and over again, any way she can. So, I guess what I need to do is just keep posting more videos for context, huh?